call.
Oh, okay. Timely, right. Again, on behalf of Governor Christie and our administration in New Jersey, again, I want to congratulate all of you for putting this summit together. It is critical that our community get together and understand what the barriers are, and we empower our community so that we can get to our customized solutions. And I know for the next couple of days you're going to be really invigorated and energized because I know we have major thought leaders and researchers and academicians who are going to be here talking to all of us and educating us in terms of understanding the burden of illness and the burden of chronic conditions. So I know you're going to have an exciting time. I also want to thank Sangeeta, and it's my first time of meeting her, but she's really left a great impression in my office, and I know she is your fearless leader, and her commitment and passion is what's needed to move things forward. And in life, it's only a small group of people, committed people, who can truly make a change. And so I know Sangeeta and her team, Rajiv, from my hometown in New Jersey, and I know Sunanda Kaur, who's here also from New Jersey, really proud to have all these folks here to ensure that we're moving in the right direction. And since we're talking about Sunanda Kaur, the one thing that Sangeeta didn't talk about was that I am actually one of the founding members of SATI, the South Asian Total Health Initiative, which is being honored today. No longer a member because I can't, given my government position. But I have to tell you, some of the best times I've had in my career have been with this great family that I developed at SATI, and brainstorming back and forth what the issues were and how we could overcome those issues over samosas and tea. So we've had some really nice times together, and I know with a group like Sunanda, Naveen Mehrotra, and some of the other folks there, we're going to see SATI evolve to a much bigger level. And on that note, we know we had our first SATI conference, and when I asked my people at the department to research what anything else was done around understanding the disparities in healthcare when it came to the South Asian population, this was actually the first conference ever to have done that. So kudos to you guys for putting that together. And I have to tell you, as commissioner right now, I'm looking forward to the proceedings from that conference, because that truly will be the blueprint, the foundation and building blocks to a roadmap. And I have to tell you from my experience, when you don't have data, it's very difficult to get grant funding and other research dollars to help understand what the issues are. And those were some of the biggest challenges that we faced when we started our organization at SATI, was that we didn't have enough data to put together to actually make a case for getting funding, getting support, getting academic interest, getting NIH funding to help put together protocols or interventions to bring about change. So I'm really thrilled that we're going to be able to do that as a result of some of the work that SATI is doing now with GOPIO and this health summit, because that's where it starts if you're going to be making a change. So I'm really proud of all the work that has gone on. Well, one of the other things that I'm doing in the state of New Jersey is actually coming out with a really neat report on the newest New Jerseyan. So in New Jersey, for instance, about 20% of the population is actually a foreign-born citizen, a foreign-born person. And about 28% of the people in New Jersey speak a language other than English at home. So when you look at the diversity and when you look at what's needed, it is so critical that we understand our community, because not only is our population aging, but it's also browning. And by 2050, half of the population here in the US will be that of color. So when you look at all that, it's important that we understand and prepare for solutions so that we don't talk about healthcare disparities. But just some statistics in terms of the South Asians in New Jersey, for instance. New Jersey has the third largest statewide population of South Asians in the US. New Jersey's population of South Asians is about 200,000, which is 2.3% of the overall population, compared to 1% in the entire country. Indians comprise 35% 35% of the total Asian population, and it's the most rapidly growing segment of the Asian population, and by some numbers even the foreign-born population. And over the past 8 years, from 2000 to 2008, our population has increased by 50%. So the good thing is that we are playing a critical role, and we see us in empowering roles and ability in situations where we can make change, and we are at those decision points with the ability to do so. And so it's important that we continue doing that as a community in order to address the various issues that we're talking about. The other interesting finding based on evaluating the report is that when New Jerseyans, the foreign-born New Jerseyans, come into New Jersey, and I don't think it's any different from any other part of our country, for the first 10 years they're pretty healthy. And there's a phenomenon called the healthy immigration or healthy migrant population. It's after 10 years when we start adapting to the lifestyle here, the food, the exercise, the risky behavior, alcohol, smoking, that our risk factors not just go up, but actually go up 2 or 3 times because of the environmental factors. So those are interesting statistics that I think you're going to be delving on a little bit more during the course of the next 3 days. And so with that, I do want to, again, thank you all. It's going to be a great couple of days. I know a lot of interesting things coming out, which I know will help me in my role as we continue to dedicate more resources for the Asian Indian population in New Jersey. But again, it's going to spill over to the neighboring states, in addition to the South Asian population. And with that, I do have a letter that I'd like to read. Greetings from our Governor, Chris Christie. Dear friends, on behalf of the state of New Jersey, I'm pleased to extend greetings and best wishes to the Global Organization of People of Indian Origin and everyone attending the first annual Health Summit. Since its establishment in 1989, the Global Organization of People of Indian Origin has worked towards the promotion of interests and aspirations of its members around the world. Through encouraging the common cultural heritage shared and mobilizing financial, intellectual, and professional resources, GOPIO fosters the mutual development and advancement of individuals of Asian Indian ethnicity abroad. I commend all those affiliated with GOPIO for working to improve the health of the community by raising awareness of crucial health issues and promoting preventative practices through its first annual Health Summit. Best wishes for an enjoyable and productive event. Sincerely, Chris Christie, Governor. And again, the Governor is extremely supportive of our population. In fact, on Friday, November 5th, he celebrated Diwali in his office. And he was just so thrilled. I have to tell you, he wore the garland and everything, and he was just like he didn't want to take anything off. He was so thrilled. So he truly connects with our community. He understands the role that our community plays, and and again, we make great contributions to not just the professional side, but also the economic side. So again, thank you, and I'm honored to be here today.